Good evening, everyone. I want to thank you all for being here today on this very historic occasion. I'm Vicki White. I am the chairwoman of the Peace and Justice Coalition, a coalition made up of some 125 social justice organizations, peace organizations, and other organizations who just want to see an end to this war. Today we are gathered here outside the Teaneck Armory with members from the Peace and Justice Coalition, along with Senator Loretta Weinberg, along with Assemblywoman Huddle, and also along with Mr. Ben Scotch, who is here from Vermont. We're also joined by Ms. Paula Rogovin, who is with the Military Families Speak Out in Bergen County, as well as Madeline Hoffman with the New Jersey Peace Action. We are here today on this day because Senator Weinberg and Assemblywoman Huddle are introducing joint resolutions, Senate Joint Resolution 55 and Assembly Joint Resolution 89, which you see here before you right now, which are bills to stop Governor Corzine from sending away to Iraq some 3,000 of our New Jersey Guardsmen and women. We're here today because even back in January, back in January and even October, Governor Corzine himself said that sending troops, leading the state of New Jersey of its National Guard troops, takes away our infrastructure. We're losing the men and women who fight on these shores to help us against natural disasters and other things of the like. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you Senator Loretta Weinberg. She's with the 37th District, which serves Bergen County.
Thank you very much. Welcome, everybody. And the resolution that we put in the Assembly and in the Senate really talks about urging President Bush, not the governor, but President Bush, to defederalize the National Guard. The National Guard is being sent to Iraq under the 2002 authorization for the use of military force. That is the background of how our National Guard is being sent over to Iraq. That authorization was given because, supposedly, the United States was in jeopardy because of weapons of mass destruction. So let's start moving backwards. We know there are no weapons of mass destruction. We know there were no weapons of mass destruction. So let's undo that authorization from 2002 and bring these young men and women home to New Jersey where they belong with their families and working for the people of New Jersey who desperately need help. In this armory, this resolution that Valerie's put into the Assembly and I've put into the Senate has started a national discussion. We were on a conference call this week with a group of women legislators from all over the country. Women legislators from all over the country who are now interested in putting this resolution into their state legislatures. So with the help and the encouragement of our friend from Vermont, we are, I can't say delighted to be here, but we're going to have to devote the time and energy that we need to devote until our kids are back home where they belong and we're not involved in a civil war in a country where we shouldn't be. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And next I'd like to introduce to you, Assemblywoman Huddle. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to refer to the bill that we have in the legislature. It's just common sense that to deploy half of New Jersey's National Guards this autumn, this fall, that depletes 50%. We're left with 50% here in New Jersey, which certainly is not enough to protect us in case of a national emergency or a disaster. And with that, 40% of the National Guards that are being deployed don't even have the protective armor that's necessary.
right.
So we're sending our men and women really off to really the biggest deployment since World War II.
At this point in time, again, I would like to bring forward the person who helped get this whole thing started. That is Mr. Ben Scotch. He joins us here today from Vermont. Mr. Scotch.
Yay, Ben!
All right.
Thank you very much. I cannot tell you how excited the peace community is in Vermont to see New Jersey having this bill introduced, having this enthusiasm and this passion to end an unjust war. The message of this bill in Vermont and now in New Jersey is very simple. Even the government has to follow the law.
That's right.
There was an authorization passed in 2002, as Senator Weinberg has pointed out. That authorization has expired, but the war has not expired. And what you are doing here on this bright day and what you are doing down in Trenton will help bring the reality into common with what the law says. The original idea of the National Guard is very simple. They are here to protect New Jerseyites and Vermonters. In the case of a dire emergency, they will protect the nation. But they were not created for a president's war of choice.
That's
the
right.
Congress acknowledged that in 2002. It is time that the president followed what Congress said. And thanks to all of you, we are a step closer today to having the president listen to what the people have said and to what the Congress has said. I congratulate you and wish you the best. Together, the states that introduce this and bring out crowds like this can stop this war. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Scotch. I want to bring on now Ms. Paula Rogovin. She's with Military Families Speak Out.
There are hundreds of people here today. This is exciting. There are banners that stretch around this armory. There are 4,000 feet of banners. Each banner has the name of 20 U.S. troops killed in this war and 20 Iraqi people killed in this war. These are people who should not be dead. They should be with their families. We don't want our Guard to be redeployed. They belong here with their families. They belong here for emergencies. That's what the Guard is for. Bring the troops home immediately. Take care of them when they get here. Bring the contractor army home too. That's 180,000 people who we're paying for. They don't belong there. Bring the money home. Do you know how much it costs per minute? Per minute.
Tell us, Paula.
$550,000 per minute. $720 million per day. We all know how we could use that money for schools, for housing, for health care, for jobs.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mauro Camporeale. I'm the chairperson of the Bergen Peace and Justice Coalition. We're a coalition of social justice organizations from Bergen County and the local area. I think what's got to be remembered also is when the troops do come home, each and every one of them, every man and woman who comes back from this war must be given health care, must be given educational opportunity, and must be given the care that they deserve. The National Guard and the veterans from this war are being neglected by the federal government, and that's got to end. So we have to bring them home, and then we have to take care of them when they are home.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Next will be Ms. Madeline Hoffman. Madeline Hoffman is the Executive Director of New Jersey Peace Action.
Back on President's Day, or just before that actually, a few people went to see Governor Corzine at a town meeting. And at the town meeting, they wanted to ask him about the deployment of the troops of the National Guard to Iraq. And at that meeting, he hemmed and hawed and didn't deal with the issue head on. And so from that moment on, the idea of a petition drive to keep the National Guard here at home began. You could also download a copy of the petition itself to circulate with your friends and neighbors.